Hello, online crew, and welcome to today's live where we're going to talk about your excuses and how do you overcome your own excuses for good. So there's a couple of things that you can do that can help you with this, and you really need to kind of evaluate and think about when you know you give into your excuses. So, I mean, is that something that's relevant to you? Do you stop yourself doing what you know you need to do because you're making excuses like you're too busy, you don't have enough time, somebody needs this for you, you're doing everything for everyone else, that you can't get what you need done for yourself? Like, a lot of people believe their own excuses even. So you can make up all sorts of reasons why you're not where you want to be, you're not doing the work that you know you need to do. But at the end of the day, they're probably all excuses, because when you prioritize what you really want or need to do, it kind of gets done. Isn't it amazing, sometimes when our health goes astray and we need to attend to something, that suddenly we find the time to put into looking after ourselves, or somebody gets sick, or you got to look after a parent or something. Suddenly you find the time to deal with it because you have to. So when you really can, you can actually do more than you think you can, but are you prioritizing it? So, I've heard it all. I'm sure you've heard your own excuses. How many of you are willing to admit that you've got excuses as to why you're not doing what you're doing, or you're not where you want to be, but you do recognize that they really are, at the end of the day, just excuses more than anything? So I'd love to know whether that's relevant to you or not. So we'll talk about, how do you overcome your excuses in a moment. If we haven't met before, my name's Helen Martin. I'm your online crew captain. I am here to serve our amazing online crew community here of social sellers. And what I specialize in is social media systems for social sellers, because that's what you need to be successful online. It's not about showing up and doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that and being here, there, and everywhere. How many of you feel that when you're on social media? It's about having a system for your content, a system for your networking and prospecting, a system for recruiting. When you recruit people, team members, customers, that you've got a system to look after them. Like how, the better you are focused and have got actions, in relation to systems, then the better off you will be. And I do it in a way where what's important to me, my motto is to be a human before a marketer. Does that resonate with you? Like, it's really important to me to have the utmost integrity and really be a human before a marketer in how I build my business. So if that aligns with you, then you'll probably align with my content here. But welcome. So at the beginning of every new week, this is my first live video of the week, I always talk about something to do with personal development, personal growth, something to help you be a better version of yourself. Because it's not all the shiny object stuff that'll make you be successful. It's you. It's the way you think about yourself. It's the belief that you have in yourself in being successful. It's the action that you take. It all comes down to you. And I know people chase the shiny object syndrome and they want to learn all the fancy stuff and all the social media stuff and the reels and the TikToks and the stories and all the things. But even knowing all those things, that's not what's going to make you successful. It's you. It's showing up. It's doing the work. It's pushing through when you don't feel like it. That's what's going to make you successful. So this is really, really important. Talking about all this personal development, personal growth stuff. Do you agree? Let me know if you agree on that. So who's here with me live? We've got Jennifer, we've got Claudette, we've got Donna, we've got Danielle. I need to hear this today. We've got Mike. Glad you're here then. I need help with dealing with excuses. Yes, I have many excuses. Thank you for sharing that, Donna. Hi, Karina. How are you? Good to see you on. We've got Tina. Happy Tuesday. Well, is it Monday night in your part of the world? It's Tuesday in my part of the world. Yes, I agree. So let's get into it. And the reason why I'm sharing this is I listen to a lot of things to do with personal development. I'm always growing. I recognize that I will never arrive. I don't think we ever arrive where we want to go. We're always learning and growing. Would you agree with that? That you're always learning and growing, and you can always improve and be a better version of yourself to get where you want to go. Those that are more successful than you, they're more in tune with their personal development. They're more in tune with the actions that they take. They're more in tune with, doing the work that they need to do. So this is where we've all got to improve. So I was listening to an interview with, you might have heard of this person. Have you heard of Dean Graziosi, however you want to pronounce it? And he was interviewing a lady called Lisa. I think you pronounce it by Lou. If you're on his email database, you might have received a notification about this just last week sometime. But what they were talking about is your excuses and how you overcome them. And I thought it was really good advice, so I wanted to share it with you. So I learn from these things all the time. We all have excuses, and we all, to some degree, give into our excuses. And the sad part about it is sometimes we believe our own excuses, where we really need to recognize, at the end of the day, that's just an excuse as to why I haven't done what I need to do. But sort of dissecting it and work out, how do you actually overcome your excuses? There's a couple of main things. So what I really want you to take from this discussion is these two main things that I'm going to share with you. One of the things, when you know that you make a lot of excuses and you're not showing up like you should do, and you're not doing the work like you should do, and you get really disappointed in yourself, is to get out of the weeds and really think about the reason. It's called future pacing, if you want to write down that word, if you're writing any notes. So what future pacing really means is that you're looking into the future as to why you're doing what you're doing. You might, and it's similar to what you would know in this industry. If you're in social selling, network marketing, direct sales, etc., you would have heard that term called the why. What is the reason that you're doing what you're doing? So when you look into the future and get out of the weeds, you do remind yourself of the reason that you need to take the action to get where you want to go. So you need to kind of look into the future as to what it is that you wanted to achieve. But not only that, what are the consequences of not taking the action now? Where are you going to end up? This is an easy one for our health. If we just park business for a minute, this is an easy one for health. How many of you are going through health issues or have been through health issues, and you look into the future and go, if I don't resolve this now, if I don't look after myself now, I don't like where this is heading. So for me, earlier in the year, that was basically my health in general and my weight. And I made a decision. And, all these months later, I'm 23 kilos over 50 pounds lighter. I made a decision. I didn't like where I was headed. I didn't like how I felt. I didn't like how I looked. I just didn't like it. So I knew that if I look into the future and kept on that path, that it wasn't going to look pretty. How many of you can relate to that with your health? And it's forced you to take different actions. So relate that exact thinking to your business. Look into the future and where are you ending up? What do you see for yourself looking forward if you don't take the actions you know you need to take in your business now? Where is your business looking in the future? Guaranteed, if you don't change your ways and you take the action that you need, there is no business. There is no money. There is no goal that's been achieved. So when you look at that and go, well, what does this look like in the future and what are the consequences? It's like, okay, well, I'm broke because I've spent so much money trying to build my business, but not actually building the business. Not actually doing what I need to do. So I've spent a hell of a lot more money than I've made. What does that feel like to you right now with that evaluation? Does that feel good to you regarding your business? I bet it doesn't. Who wants to do that? Who wants to spend a lot of time and energy thinking and stressing and putting more money in a business when you look into the future and go, if I don't change my actions now, this is going to be a whole lot of wasted time and I'm going to have less money in my bank account and I would have put a lot of stress in my head, in the meantime. That doesn't feel good, does it? So when you future pace, what you're doing, this business for, and look into the future and the consequences of you not taking the actions that you know you need to take, it'll help you overcome the excuses to some degree. Okay. So you might be thinking, well, if I don't get out of my way and stop making these excuses, like I need to time block better. I need to take the action. I know I'm never going to really feel like messaging people or putting that piece of content out, but I know I need to do it because I want this business to be worth it. I want more money in my bank account in 6 months' time. I need this to work because of the goals that I've got at the end of it. And if I still give in to my excuses every day, that ain't going to happen. How does that feel? So you've got to remind yourself to take yourself out of that moment where you're making the excuses and future pace that, to look into the future about what you have or haven't achieved and how does that feel? If that doesn't feel too good, like your health, what's the consequences of you staying on the path that you're on with your health or your weight or whatever? It forces you to think about, no, 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 no. This has got to change, and it's got to change right now. So one, basically kind of look in the mirror and future pace yourself. What does it look like? What do you want to achieve? Are you going to get there? All those kind of things. It can actually help force you get out of your excuses by thinking about the consequences of where you're going to end up if you don't do the things you know you need to do. So that's one thing to think about. And this is what Dean and Lisa were talking about in this discussion. So you've got to take yourself out of the moment and into the future. Can you do that? Can any one of you, when you know you're making excuses, and it's like, well, I don't feel like it. You've got to take yourself out of that moment of you don't feel like it, future pace your thoughts to give you the motivation to take the action that you need. Does that make sense to you? So you've got to take your thoughts out of the moment where you're making the excuses and remind yourself of what the consequences are going to be if you stay in those excuses. The other thing to think about is, who do you actually want to be? Like, where do you want to go? What does this all mean to you? Who do you want to be? Like, when you look into the future, so we're still future pacing, but who do you want to be? And where do you want to end up? And what kind of actions would somebody like that take? Is there somebody that you look up to that's more successful than you, that's got a little bit more going on, than you do? Like, who do you want to be? Think about that right now. What kind of person do you want to show up to be for the rest of your life? Are they fit and they're healthy? Are they doing things? Are they getting action done? And do they have more money in their bank account? Is that some things that you strive for? If that's the case, who do you want to be in that person, and what actions does that person take? And is that where you're at? So again, we're future pacing a bit and saying, well, who do I want to be and how do I want to show up? So who do you want to become? What your goals are, what you want to achieve, the money in your bank account, the success in your business, the health, whatever, all those kind of goals. What would that person do that's already got those things? Are you doing those things? And then flip that. Who do you not want to be? And what actions do you not want to take that would result in being that person? Is that really how you want to show up every day? What do you want for yourself? Do you want more for yourself? Do you want more success? Do you want more money in your bank account? Do you want to look better, feel better? Do you want to inspire people? Do you want to motivate people? Do you want to help people? Do you want to help other people be a better version of themselves? Do you want to help other people get more money in their bank account? Like, who do you want to be? Do you want to be somebody that you can be proud of? Do you want to live your life giving into your excuses and showing up like somebody that you know you don't want to be and living that life? Or do you have a vision for the kind of person that you want to be? Then think about whoever that person is. How would that person show up? Are you showing up as that person, or are you showing up as the person that you know you actually don't want to be? Ask yourself that question. Who do I want to be? How do I want to show up? And what actions would that person take? Look yourself in the mirror. How do you want to show up? Do you want to show up giving into your excuses that only let you down and stop taking the actions that you know you need to take? Or do you want to do the actions of somebody who is showing up for themselves, believes in themselves, and is going places? Who do you want to work with? Are you in a team? Do you have people in your team? Do you have people underneath you? Who would you love to bring into your team? I bet when I ask you that question, who would you love to bring into your team, grow a business with? It would be happy, healthy, vibrant, action takers, doing the do, inspiring, motivational. Like, you know who you want to work with. You know who you want to bring into your business. Are you that person yourself? Don't expect to attract anybody into your business that you're not stepping into those shoes yourself. So when you know that you're giving into your excuses, you need to have that conversation with yourself as well. And when you really think about that, when you sort of think about the excuse that, I don't have time. I just don't have time. I don't have the money. I don't have the resources. I don't have this. I'm doing everything for my family or my kids or my parents or my husband or my wife or whatever. Like, I've got to do the laundry. I've got to do the shopping. I've got to do these things, blah, 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 blah. And your business gets put on the back burner. All that says to me with all of those kind of things, it's like, well, yeah, we've all got that. We've all got family. We don't all have kids, but you've got some responsibilities. You've got animals or, family of some sort. Like, there's somebody probably that you're doing things for. And if there's not, like, if you got all the time under the sun, what the hell are you doing with your time? What I find in this business, in this industry, the people with more time do less when they're not focused and they give in to their excuses. Like, if you've got more time, get more organized. If you've got more time, your time blocking, your focus, your energy, your commitment to yourself, being the best version of yourself, that is even more important than somebody that's busier. You've heard of that term, give it to a busy person if you want something done. Give me something and I will get it done. Send me a message and I will answer you. Like, I get shit done because I'm busy and I have to. I have to be super, super organized. My brain is in overdrive at the moment, all day, every day. I've got a lot of people asking me questions, a lot of people messaging me, a lot of people relying on me, a lot of calls that I'm doing, but I don't drop the ball because I have to be super, super focused and super intentional with my time. The busier the person, I guarantee you, the more productive that they are. So if you've got all the time under the sun, you really need to check in with your priorities and future pace and all the rest of it, and force yourself to take that action and not give in to your excuses. You're only letting yourself down, and you are wasting days, months, even years giving into your own excuses. Even multiple millionaires have no more time in their day than you do. We all only have 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. They've just worked some stuff out, and they're more dedicated to doing the tasks that they need to do, or getting the help that they need, or asking the right questions, or getting support, or whatever. They've just worked more stuff out than you have. Maybe it's your time. What do you think? Is it your time to get more organized? Is it your time to get more focused? Is it your time to step into the person that you know you want to be? If it is, then act like that person and step into those shoes. Can you do that? Can you do a better job? Just do a better job than you did yesterday. And tomorrow, do a better job than you did today. And the next day, do a better job than you did the day before. Your only competition is yourself. Stop comparing yourself to other people online, in your business, your uplines, those that seem to be successful. They're just working damn harder than you are. They're working things out. They're doing things scared. They're taking the action and they're not making the excuses. So you choose. You choose your battles. You choose your excuses. or you do a couple of these things that I'm suggesting with you, in this discussion regarding, future pacing and really thinking about the person that you want to be and doing the actions of that kind of person and looking at the consequences of not doing what it is and giving into your excuses. And where are you ending up by December? We've still got a few months of the year to go. You choose how you spend that. If I was you, I'd be doing my damned hardest to be stepping into the shoes of the person that you know you want to be and take those actions you know you want to take, even when you don't want to. Because that's what it's going to take to rock out the rest of this year. We're talking more about this on Clubhouse tomorrow, if anyone can join us or catch the replay of that. But it's not odd, I've only got a few months to the end of the year. What you should be thinking about is I've got a few months until the end of the year. Glass half full, glass half empty. You choose. Every day is a new opportunity for you to make a change. But you're the one that has to make it. No one else. No one's, as Mel Robbins says over and over again, no one's coming to save you. It's up to you to stop giving into your excuses. It's up to you to make changes. It's up to you to set your calendar. It's up to you to prioritize. It's up to you to stop doing the things that are dragging your energy and your time. Things like TV and scrolling social media and like an hour or two's gone by. That doesn't serve you when you've got goals. It serves you when you need a break. Only you know when you need that or not. Is this making sense? Let's just check in with some comments here. Yes, I agree. This is good from Tina. We try to find excuses and there are no excuses. Keep moving. Absolutely. Hello, Cherie. Yes, definitely catch the replay. Beth, we all need to hear this over and over again. Thank you for this message. You're welcome. Hey, Jane. Hey, Norris. Good to see you on. I'm back on track and very proud of myself, even when I'm traveling. And we all go off track. I go off track sometimes, and I have to bring myself back. Some of you will know, just like health-wise for me, I've been on this huge journey for the last, almost 6 months now. And I've lost 23 kilos, 50 pounds. Amazing. But last weekend, I was up all nights of the hours on a virtual sort of digital conference. And I was eating at all hours of the night. And I was hungry and I ate things I wouldn't normally eat. And it's thrown me off and I don't feel good. What do? Okay. You were living your life upside down for a few days and you were sleeping when you're awake and you're awake when you should be sleeping and all the rest of it. So my eating was all over the place, but I'm back on track yesterday. Like, just get back on it. Do the same with your business. That you will go through times where you're not your best self, or you get off your business, you get off track, you give into your excuses, all the rest of it. Don't beat yourself up about it. That is a complete waste of time. To beat yourself up about what you haven't done, or what you haven't done yesterday or the day before or the weeks prior. Beating yourself up is just a waste of brain space. Don't go there. Just go, okay, fresh start. Today is a new day. Tomorrow is a new day. I'm going to step into the person that I know I can be, because I want to attract people like that. So I need to step into those shoes before I can attract anybody like that. And the person that you know you want to work with in your business, that's the person that you need to become first. Don't expect to attract rock stars into your business unless you're a bit of a rock star yourself. So go and clean up your own mess and stop giving into your own excuses, and get some results on the board. Make yourself feel proud of yourself. Do what you need to do, and just know the way the human brain works. I will keep saying this until the cows come home. Your brain is designed to keep you safe. Your brain is designed to make the excuses. Your brain is designed to stop you doing things that make you feel uncomfortable. Sometimes building a business of this nature is uncomfortable. There are things that you need to go and do that you don't want to go and do. So your brain subconsciously is going to say, don't do it, Helen, because that doesn't feel comfortable. Go and do the dishes. Go and do the washing. Go and do something that's fun. Your brain will naturally talk you out of doing things that are uncomfortable. You have to know that consciously and then talk yourself out of those excuses by going, thank you, brain, for making another excuse to stop me from doing the work I need to work. Now I need to get back and take the action I know I need to take, even though I don't feel like doing it. You have to be one step ahead of your brain, because the excuses are always going to continue to come, because that's what your brain is designed to do. It goes back to caveman days of fight or flight. Something doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel comfortable. Run, get out of there. That's what your brain does. Do you recognize that? I hope you recognize that, because that's what's going on in your life majority of the time, unless you know better. Now you do. Okay. Christina, busy person right here. I have to work my business when I said I would, otherwise you don't get another time block. That's right. Like, I know how busy you are with clients in your normal sort of day job, Christina, but I see you. I know you're on trainings, you're asking questions, you're moving your business, you're working it in the time blocks that you have. Kudos to you. Donna, I have more time and I honestly do less. Thank you for your honesty, Donna. Need to check my priorities and focus. Now is my time. Yes, Donna. Definitely making sense, making total sense. Karina, yours are so powerful. I've been poorly and off from work, but it has made me look at my life from a different angle. Thank you. You're welcome. Good evaluation there, Karina. Success comes more from attitude than process. Well done, Ford. Love that. Absolutely. It all comes from the way that you think. Your success or otherwise, where you're at right now in your business, comes down to every single one of you, comes down to the way that you think. And either you set yourself up for success and you don't give into your excuses, or you do give into your excuses and you're not in tune with the fact that the way that your brain works. And you're just wasting the days and the weeks and the months and the years. Don't be that person. Okay? And we'll finish it off with Christina's comment. I tell my brain, thank you, but not right now. You've got to train your own brain. And when you do that, you start creating new habits, because your life is a result of your habits. And sometimes some of your habits, everybody, they don't serve you. You got bad habits, and excuses are bad habits. So you've got to retrain your brain to think, positively and take positive actions, which creates new habits. But this takes a lot of time, because you are a result of your bad habits. So to change your habits, you have to have new thoughts. And this is what this is all about. This is why I talk about this once a week, every week, week in, week out, is the way that you think will either set you up for success or it will be your biggest downfall. You choose. You can choose to have successful thoughts. You can choose to overcome your excuses, or you can choose to give in to your thoughts and your excuses. So I'm just encouraging you to choose wisely, because you are so much more in control than you think you are. Some of you don't think you're in control. You think time is against you. Life is against you. Circumstances are against you. People can have the worst things happening around them and have the most best positive attitude ever. It's all to do with your attitude and your thoughts. So I'll leave that with you. I hope this conversation was helpful, and I just please take that on board. You are so much more in control than you think you are, but you're the one that's got to make it happen. You're the one that's going to want to have to change. And action is the only thing that's going to get you healthier, have better relationships, get fitter, build a better business. It all comes down to the actions that you do or don't take. So set yourself up for success with the right mind, the right attitude, and the right actions, and your life will change. I hope you're hearing me, because I just want the best for you. Anyway, I've spoken long enough. I hope that's helpful in some way. I look forward to seeing you on Clubhouse tomorrow if you can join us. We're talking about the last few months of the year and how you set yourself up for success. And I will be back here later in the week for my usual lives as well. So I'll see you then. Bye.